In this universe,
in this galaxy, in this world, beneath the influencer clouds,
over the viral video fields,
off the information superhighway,
there are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering
more opinions.
If you listen,
you will hear.
Merry Turkey Day in Canada, eh?
A.
But I didn't have turkey. I had ham because ham's gooder. I think it is anyways.
I had the turkey last night, not today.
I'm like, maybe it's that weird thing. Like my sister's like this. She doesn't like tomatoes, but loves ketchup. I don't like turkey like that, like a bird turkey, but give me like some like turkey for like a sub or a sandwich. I love it. Like sliced, like I don't know.
No, I like the turkey that has come out of the oven and you got to cut it up, and especially when you turn it over and the bottom is slimy, because that, for whatever reason, when the skin is on it, that's the most delicious part. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, because I will say that nothing beats a good old hunk of the jelly fat crap there on a ham when it's cooked all day, and you're like, looks like the skin that's dripping off the dude in RoboCop. He's like, yeah, just like that.
That was great.
So, yes. I watched They Live last night for the first time in about 15 years.
Yeah.
It still holds up. It is awesome. I hope they don't redo it, though. I mean, they could probably do some cool technology with it now, but just leave it. Leave it alone.
I think the story itself and the message wouldn't change much, but the technology would. Yeah, you would have cell phones and stuff.
Yeah.
And
maybe they could incorporate that in. Maybe they could incorporate that into it, though. But it was still really cool. But I think the technology has come too far. So, hello, Tex. Cue his music.
It's a shame we don't have some kind of program attached to StreamYard that would, whenever his comment shows up, well, the first time it plays right away.
Yeah.
But until that happens.
Most of all, fuck you.
I love it every time. How was Terrifier 3? I've heard tons of mixed reviews. I heard it made a ton of money. Did you go see Terrifier 3? Because I know Tex probably went 4 times. So,
yeah, Tex was there on the 10th, which was the night that it opened. That was last Thursday. I have not seen it yet. The only theater that it is playing in here in the Vancouver area is out in Port Coquitlam. Don't know if I'm going to go that far to see it. I would like to, but probably not.
I did not see it at the Lethbridge Theater. We were there yesterday. So I'm actually going to look at right now. I doubt it's going to be there. I would highly, I'm actually shocked it's not going to be, though. But Beetlejuice, Saturday night one. No. Oh, Speak No Evil. No. Okay. Yes. And I sent a picture to Alex today. I watched my favorite Friday the 13th today, midday. Number 6. Love it. I think we might have talked about this last year. I watched a special on number 7 just because of how awful it was.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, it was supposed to, like, they had grand ideas for it, but they cut a ton of the budget. I'm sure you've maybe seen the same, like, so 5 times now. And now, and I have rehearsal tomorrow night. I'll come back and watch, most definitely.
Jerked every time, didn't you, Tex?
Climax numerous times each time. So.
Oh, Art. Oh.
So I actually, we're going to get onto a horror thing after, but I want to show this first. I sent this to Alex just to make sure I didn't lose it, because I think this is great. And I wish there were more kids like this, or more parents taught their kids this. So it cuts a bit, but it says and then so anyways.
From autism? I don't suffer. I just have it.
So that's all I'm going to play, because this is music. Of course, this guy's doing dumb shit I'll just play it like that. I think that we all,
Yeah, so if that is autism, then that is you and me and everyone we hung out with in 1999 and 2000.
Yes. Now, that being said, it's amazing that that's the way that little man looks. Now, whether it's set up or not, I can already hear Frank go, "Oh, that's a fake video just to do stuff and stuff," right? But it's awesome that kid's like, I just have it. Too many times, especially this day and age, everybody goes, oh, I suffer from this, or oh, this is wrong. And it's like, work with it. This is what the hand you've been dealt. Let's deal with it, right?
Thank you, Kelly, for liking us on Facebook. Greatly appreciated.
So I wanted to show you this before we keep going too far. So speaking of autism, check it out. I found this at Winners. It is a Stormtrooper decanter.
Okay.
And that's the spiced rum wasn't in it, but of course I had to buy it. So yeah, that is now full of spiced rum. So So speaking of autism, my tism is showing right there. So I wanted to ask, and maybe this is a question I will bring up to Tex when we have him on in the future for our Halloween episode. You were, if I remember correctly, were not a fan of the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know if we've ever discussed that.
Yeah, not too much, no.
No. Now, my question would be, is there a way that you could do that? Like how the essence of Freddy is Freddy being Freddy, correct? Now, do you think it would be more suited for like a mini series, like to show the evolution of Freddy, like how he when they leads up? Because even in the remake, it led up to the townspeople burning him, killing him. That's what happened, right? So is there a way you do that? Like maybe do it over a few episodes to build it up? Because it seems like it'd almost be like too much of a story to tell in an hour 35 to 2 hours. Like I think 2 hours would be way too long for a horror movie.
You've obviously never seen Terrifier 2. Hey, Tex?
I have not seen Terrifier 2.
It's almost 2.5 hours. I think the newest Terrifier is 2 hours, 7 minutes, something like that. If you're going to tell the prequel part of Freddy's story, then it would almost make sense as a 4-part mini series, for example, because yes, telling a 2 to 2.5 hour story in movie format, that's going to turn a lot of people in the horror genre off, particularly because horror movies are generally 90 minutes long.
Yeah. And that's what kind of bugged me about a lot of the fans about Walking Dead. It's taking too long. It's taking too long. This is a series, guys. Now, I admit, the later years were getting a little brutal. Like the first 3 seasons, right? Like you get that episode, like the one I remember that stands out, I think I watched it once, was when they're showing like what Alexandria was like. Was that the place where the governor was in? I think it was Alexandria. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but it was boring. There was like no zombies. It was just storytelling, but it was an essential part of the story that we needed to see to understand the whole picture, right? And people just kind of got lost sometimes. Like, oh no, it's boring. They're getting more action. Well, no, this isn't like Dawn of the Dead or the Night of the Living Dead or anything. Like this is a series. You know, it needs to be spread out, and it has to keep you wanting to come back.
Yeah. I learned a little bit about the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
When I was peeking around on the Night Watch Zone, and here it is now. He's live right now, by the way. Why You Hate A Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, 2010 version. So apparently, from what Knight could dig up in his research, the lead actress, even though she didn't want the role, she got the role, and her heart just wasn't in it, according to interviews with her. So that really turned me off, because she's at the very least a decent actress. I've seen her in a number of other projects. So that kind of dismayed me. I don't remember too much about the film itself, because it's been a few years since I watched, and I've seen a good 1,000 films since then. But speaking of Night Watch, if you go to his playlist section, which I have in recent times, and you go down to Slasher Movie Club, view full podcast, he's got over 100 entries here. He hasn't done anything in 7 months on it, but I decided that because this is October, I was going to go through the entire list, and everything I had not seen, I would enter into a movie list and start watching that. And I've done that for the past 2 weeks now. Now, a lot of these I have seen, especially in the past few years. But stuff like The Last Horror Film, I'm probably going to watch that on Wednesday. Don't Go in the Woods. That's terrible. This is awful. That is dumb. Do not watch that movie. Just Before Dawn is great. The Prowler was okay. But there was one that I saw today, and I'm not going to find it unless I keep scrolling. You know, now that I've started, I can't stop. Splatter University I watched today. That's a trauma film. Pretty bad. But then again, it's a trauma film from 1984. Lead actress is hot, but it doesn't have enough going for it. Anyway, if there are some slasher movies that you have not seen from the 80s or the mid-2000s, this is where you want to go, to the Night Watch Zone's Slasher Movie Club. So there's that.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up this. Now, I'm going to disagree a bit. Depends. Oh, no. Sorry. I wanted to bring up Tex's comment here. It depends what you want in the story, because I think you need, I feel you need to at least do a couple episodes with each of the villains, like the governor, and then Negan, and then Terminus. I mean, this has been a minute. The Whisperers, because I thought the Whisperers was done very well. It got awesome once Rick was gone. I will admit, like, it got a lot better when Rick was gone. And yeah, and there were some things that were kind of ridiculous. Like, and I realized what it is. I understand. But like, how many people do we need running around with one eye missing? You know what I mean? Like, you know, his kid had one, the governor had one. Wasn't there someone else had an eye taken out or something? I was just like, fuck, how many eyes do we need taken out? You know? So yeah, I say you at least need to watch a couple of the episodes of each villain just to get the full thing. So
little bit of backstory on each of them. Yeah, if you're gonna, you know, go into multiple seasons with these characters in tow, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's hard to watch a movie such as Nightmare on Elm Street, especially a remake, and Robert Englund is not everyone's favorite pizza-faced character. Jackie Earle Haley tried, but it's not the same thing.
No, it's not. Which, I mean, maybe it's just one of those things you need to let it die with Robert Englund. You know, and just we're done.
And Wes Craven.
And Wes Craven, of course, yeah. And you know what? I found with the whole once Rick left, I don't know. I was tired of the crying all the time from him. Like, he just, you know, and I realized this is part of the development of the show, but basically he finally became what Shane became, or like right away. Shane figured it out immediately. Right. Like, and then, but yeah, I thought it was good I thought the Whisperers was awesomely done. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. So.
And Tex was saying earlier in the comments that he's going to wax poetic tomorrow on the Terrifier 3 breakdown, which is interesting because I've got the Harsh Truth open right now. And on their live page, I don't see anything about Terrifier 3. Maybe Frank is dragging his feet because they're encased in concrete shoes.
We don't
Cue
talk
the
about
rim.
that.
Cue the rim shot.
Ba-dum.
Sleepaway camp was 12 days ago. Come on, man. What are you doing? Are you on vacation or something?
Yeah, it's Turkey Day here in Canada. Now we're here.
Yeah, and it's Columbus Day down there if you look at our description.
Yes.
But I finally watched yesterday Beetlejuice.
And?
I liked it.
Okay.
I hadn't seen the first one since last century.
Okay.
So little over 24 years ago. And usually with a sequel, the pacing, the energy, it starts to drop halfway through. This did not. I liked it. I'm not a theater kid, and I'm definitely not a musical theater kid, but this one kept me entertained throughout. And I listened to the review right after I watched the movie. So I know what Texas thoughts are on it.
Excellent. Yeah, please don't say anything yet. I haven't watched it. I'm waiting till it comes out on demand because again, I have to be. I think I need to go to those nice theaters with a seat just because of my legs. So, I kind of agree with that art now because his face is everywhere on like shirts and everything, right? So it would be hard at this point to, it's not like you could, but it's also the walk though too, right? That was the problem with Mike Myers. Like when they went to the different actor and for the walking, you could tell, like just the way Mike walked. Same with Jason, right?
Yeah, you said you were watching part 6 today.
Yeah.
The actor or actors from 1 through 5, they were different than this 6th iteration.
Yeah.
And the actor who was in the 6th, he had way more of a structure to his walk, a purpose, an almost rhythmic movement at times. Yeah.
And like, well, you think about it because really, if we're gonna dig deep into like the psyche of horror movies, Jason was still alive, if you want to call it that, in episode 4. Wait, when did he fall on the knife? 4, right? But then he got the accident in the head in 3. I think he would have died. But you know what I'm saying though? Like in 3, he runs. And even in 4, he's still kind of running.
Yeah.
But then after that, 5, of course, okay, spoiler alert, wasn't actually Jason. Okay. And then 6, he's brought back in the coolest way ever.
Yeah.
And, from then on, he's just a demon that just can transport. I still think he is a transporter thingy. But that's just me.
Transporter?
Transporter thing. That's a technical term. All right. I think I only have one of these tonight. I'm kind of interested to see these songs. There we go. There it is. All right. It says these are songs that are going through copyright infringements or like they were stolen. I remember when Flowers came out, I'm like, that's the Bruno Mars song. I knew like immediately. I'm like, that's a Bruno Mars song. Right. But apparently she is now being sued for copyright infringement. So apparently she did not have permission and she's going to have to buy Bruno flowers. So, no. All right. First, Surf in the USA. Songwriting credit was actually eventually given to Chuck Berry, whose song Sweet Little 16 heavily influenced the track.
Heavily influenced, but they didn't take any riffs or lyrics?
No, it caused a lot of tension between the boys and Berry at the time, though Karl Wilson later said the band ran into Chuck Berry in Copenhagen. He told us he loves Surfing USA. But I think Chuck Berry was an odd duck, if we remember correctly. Yes. So, Folsom Prison by Johnny Cash. One of his best songs. It's not exactly his song. It was taken inspiration from 1953 song Crest City Blues by Gordon Jenkins, and he had to pay Jenkins $75,000 for the use.
Wow.
Interesting. I did not know that. And $75,000 would have been like back in the. I'm interested. It would be interesting to know because it was 53. It was, I don't know what year Folsom Prison came out, but it was 50s, 60s, right?
Man, you could buy a house, a car, a grocery store, some slaves. No.
So I know Led Zeppelin has been kind of had their pee-pee slapped for this a few times. They're extremely expensive to use in the film So it's a little funny that they had to break their own bank account for a whole lot of love. Some of the lyrics came from Willie Dixon's You Need Love, which the Blue legend Muddy Water recorded in 1962. The band eventually settled for the rights outside of court.
Hey, Frank.
Oh, well, we already talked about that, Frankie. Go ahead. Cue his music.
Geez, it's been a while, but
I know. Hello, Frankie. I will not be there. I have rehearsal, but I will watch after because I just want to see what text looks like. He kind of Papa Don't Preach by Madonna. I did not know that. Madonna's Papa Don't Preach. I preached about her a little more. Her smash hit was, and she was sued for copyright infringement by Sam Harris's song "Sugar Doesn't Bite" or "Don't Bite," which even sounds like the same kind of song, at least from the title. Harris eventually got an undisclosed amount outside of court. I was not aware of that. Crocodile Rock. I did not know that either. He came under fire in 1974 when composer Buddy Kane sued its songwriters, claiming they had taken chords from the almost equally as famous Speedy Gonzales song. Although they reached a settlement, one of the songwriters of Crocodile Rock, Bernie Taupin, later admitted his own guilt, and he said, "I wanted to be in the record about all those things. I grew up with it. Of course, it's a ripoff." Wow. Come As You Are by Nirvana. Wow. It sounds like the song 80s by the band Killjoy. They released it anyways, took no official legal action. But Killjoy were extremely upset as they watched the song climb into the charts. Wow. He said it might sound too much like it. Wow.
Oh, come on.
We all know that. He had the balls to say he came up with that riff.
Yeah, I had it a hi-hat, bro.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Creep. Wow. They immediately cleared Albert Hammond and Mike Hazelwood, writers of the 1972 song "The Air That I Breathe," that Radiohead had taken liberty use of their ditty. They eventually got songwriting credits and royalties for the song.
Ooh.
Wow, and that's a big song. Do You Think I'm Sexy? It's an anthem you can't let's see. Brazilian musician George Ben-Jor heard it and was not too pleased. He claimed the chorus was right out of his own song Taj Mahal, and Rod Stewart seemed to agree with the case as they settled it amicably. Thank you. Stewart later admitted he committed unconscious plagiarism of the song after hearing it while they attended a carnival in Rio in 1978. Wow. All You Need Is Love. It contains a snippet of a bunch of songs from the French national anthem to Bach to their own songs. It includes some Glenn Miller's In the Mood. Wow. He did get royalties for the use of his song for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. But ended up being sued because a band Rabonius believed that they copied her song "I Want to Be Your Boyfriend." Misogynists couldn't even agree whether the song was highly similar or different. They settled outside of court. Yeah, times 3. I don't care. Uptown Funk as the Gap band, college, and rap group The Sequence are among the bands that got so they sued and got a bunch of money from them. Wow. The song cribbed from the theme of the BBC's children's song, The Reality Wild Show. That is crazy. Especially that late. You're not going to get away with stealing songs.
Now, keep in mind, sometimes when you hear about one person suing another or one band or artist suing another, it's for a gastronomically, comically large amount because lawyers will take a good third, a quarter, maybe half of that. So yeah, if you want your payday, you got to go way above and beyond what is reasonable. Just so anyone knows who wants to, sue people.
Yeah. So
this is coming from not a lawyer.
Yes, not a lawyer. Rock band Spirit, I've heard this one before, claimed that Stairway to Heaven was taken from their own song, Taurus. Although their case failed in court thanks to some complex arguments about what the court counts as infringement, the band thinks they know the truth. In the liner notes to the reissue of the album that Taurus is on, Spirit wrote, people always ask why Stairway to Heaven sounds exactly like Taurus, which really was released 2 years earlier. Led Zeppelin opened for them 2 years earlier on their first American tour. If you listen to the song Taurus, it sounds shockingly like Stairway to Heaven. Okay, I don't care. Okay, there's some of these I just don't care about. I just don't care. I knew Bittersweet Symphony. I knew that.
Yep.
Good for you. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Really? Hello, I Love You? Sound like a Kink song. As it happens, a Kink song was equally iconic all day and all day and all of the night. I don't know that song. Anybody? No? All right.
Yeah, you would know it if you heard it.
Maybe. Okay.
All day and all of the night. Da-na-na-na.
Okay, yes. Okay, yep. Doesn't exactly sound like Chuck Berry's You Can't Catch Me. Oh, okay. Well, so that's 2 songs with the Beatles and Chuck Berry have crossed paths here. Interesting. Okay, we know that one. Yeah, we know. I know that one. Don't care. Well, so that she's on that list twice now. Wow. That's interesting. It's a Man's World. Actually, that's on the baseball song. Really? I Do Anything for Love? Anyways, let's move on. There's still a lot there, but yeah, interesting. I'm going to look, but I wonder how many of these bands just said to me. Yeah. I will say the one that I heard that I immediately went, oh shit, and I'm going to see if it's on here, was Danny California by Red Hot Chili Peppers. It sounded just like Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Ooh.
Like, I mean, when I first heard that, I'm like, that's Mary Jane's Last Dance. And it wasn't. It was a song by the Peppers. So, yeah.
So, someone who is not as cool as the Peppers is this guy. And he did a review of GoldenEye, the not for resale version. I watched the entire thing yesterday, beginning to end. Good little basic review. The best part, however, shut up, is about halfway in, 29, 30. Yeah, right about here when little Dookie shows up. It's like, Master, please stop playing video games and feed me. I'm so hungry. I'm going to die if you don't feed me. I might even eat your face when you're sleeping. Please help. Oh, your nose tastes so good. Oh.
And it's not the peanut butter that you put on your testicles, please. Some kibble would be great. I've heard that about Stapleton too there, Jason. Oh, so I do have a crazy one here. Well, like when the 2 volcano movies, like Tex just said, and there was the Armageddon and what was the other asteroid movie came out around then too.
Deep Impact.
That's what it was. So this is crazy because people have often said how The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is like one of the greatest albums ever. Apparently, there was 13 tracks on the album that were plagiarized, and she eventually settled for. That's a crazy amount. Like, holy crap.
Frank has a good point about this. I think it's either 3 chords or it's 4 progressive chords, because I think there was a Joe Satriani song that apparently 10 or 15 years ago was pilfered by Coldplay, or at least it sounded to be that similar. And then someone or a few people, they pulled out songs from the distant past and said, oh, like this song, or like this song, or like that song. And I think it was a 4-chord progression rather than just 3. So yes, there will be some songs that sound similar. And if anyone has ever seen Metal: A Headbanger's Journey, we all know that every metal song since whatever Black Sabbath came out with is just basically ripping off Black Sabbath, either speeding it up or slowing it down or playing it backwards or what have you. It's getting more and more difficult, not just with music, but with movies and storytelling, to tell a completely original story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we've got to be really creative in this day and age and we have to let all the artists do all the drugs in order to get to that really far off place in our minds that we haven't reached yet, to bring forth new elements for story and song telling.
Yeah, like we all know the drugs that like Pink Floyd was doing. Think of how the great music that drugs brought us.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Think about Dark Side of the Moon. That's awesome.
So obviously,
I need to listen to this song now, because I feel like I've actually heard the song before, and
there's variations, and that's kind of sad. But I think in order to get to something new, we have to build off of what currently exists, and keep going off the beaten path until we get so far off we've created a new path. If we can do that. Because telling the same story over and over again with new actors and new technology, and let's break it up like it's Memento, and we'll tell different parts at different times.
I like the way you said the Memento. That's awesome.
35 seconds in. Okay.
Hold on. What was the name of the band again? I closed the thing down, so I just want to hear it. So if you go with the story or something, I want to find this because it's bugging me. All
right. So recently, I watched, and I've shared this guy before because he's doing some good stuff on the YouTubes. This is Josh Brett's channel. He did a disturbing truth about green powders video recently. Fascinating. Although some of the interviews that he presents, and of course they're very short clips, they're cut up, so one could argue that it's kind of taking words out of context because they're very obvious edits. But haven't we learned by now, when it comes to new magic supplements on the market, that we should be very wary or entirely disbelieve what the claims are? Josh Brett is doing a great job here. But the reason I bring this up, almost everyone should remember who this person is. Vani Hari, the food babe, makes a lot of baseless claims about food. She is coming back. Look at this. 7 days ago, 9, 10 days ago, 12, 11 months ago, 3 years ago. She's slowly creeping her way back into the mainstream with her bullshit. Now, if you listen to someone like Yvette D'Entremont, who calls herself the Psy Babe in order to counter what the food babe is bringing us, and you should listen to Yvette. Yvette was on Joe Rogan's podcast years and years ago, ripping on chiropractic and baseless claims that people make about superfoods and supplements that are not regulated by the FDA, that make all these strange claims. It's supposed to prevent cancer and this kind of thing. So this person needs to come back. Yvette, there it is. 984 from 7 years ago on the Joe Rogan Experience. She did a great job, almost 2.5 hours. She needs to make a comeback, because if Vani is coming back, then Yvette needs to come back and take her down, because Yvette is an actual scientist. She's a chemist. So you need someone who has an actual education to counter someone who does not have same said education or a similar education. So I become Princess Leia when I say, Yvette, you are our only hope. So please, please, please come back.
I like her. I've seen some of her videos. Yeah, I get a kick out of it. So I hear a little bit of the hey, Hanama, hi, want to be your boyfriend, but I actually think that I feel like the music itself is like, oh, they're really, really close. So, I know people go to jail all the time. And this is weird because I was just looking at another one of those slide things, and that 70s show popped up, and it's got Hyde on there, and it's like, man, if we only knew the creep that you were. And like what, like, and like what, like he's spending the rest of his life in jail. It's just, crazy.
And thank you to Sean for liking us on the Facebook.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. What the hell? Okay.
Ciao bang, Hanama. Good to see you. And it's
Yes, sir.
It's not the end of the show, not yet.
Yeah, so you showed up just in time. That's awesome. Yeah. Has anyone seen the new Joker yet?
I did.
What did you think of it?
Ooh. Now, like I said before, I'm not a big musical theater guy, although I did appreciate that it was something different rather than, and I think I said this last week because I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. We didn't get the same guy in prison, guy goes to court kind of story. I liked I liked the setting. I liked the fact that they were trying something different. The ending, though, it's pretty dark. But I think that guarantees there won't be a third. So thank you for that.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the director right now. But
yeah,
you don't say. Yeah, it's not something you need to watch. If you want to, go ahead, but you're not really missing anything. I love me some Lady Gaga, but nah. Yes, Todd Phillips. Yes.
Todd Phillips.
I got to know what Todd was thinking when he came up with that ending. I bet he was trying to stick it to the studio because the studio probably wanted a third as well. And he's like, fuck you.
Because I don't think you wanted to do the second one. You know, like, and really, like, Joker won. Yeah.
He's going to disown everything now about Joker.
I really like Joker.
Tex, what about Smile? Because I'm getting tickets for Smile 2 for this Thursday. I like the first one. It was pretty good.
Oh, so I also watched last weekend. I know we've discussed this before. Watched Psycho 2 last weekend again. Great, awesome movie. Excellently done. Kim and Cohen both enjoyed that. Excuse me. And then, like I said, I watched They Live last night, and then I watched Friday the 13th today. So part 6.
Now, you said to me in the private messages you were watching that during lunch break?
Lunch hour. I had off today off. I was just chilling out after working out.
For whatever reason, I thought at your job you got a TV in the lounge.
Yeah, I do know. So I had I've been craving pizza like for like a week. And so I was doing good, I'd eaten it, went to go get some food after the gym. So I got myself 3 bananas, not to eat at once, but 3 bananas, a container of cottage cheese. And we have a local place that makes pizzas, and they make like fresh made mini pizzas. It was about that big. Perfect. Nothing too big, not a lot of carbs. Carbs are still important, and a little bit of a snack with cottage cheese and banana. I thought that was a good balance for lunch after a hard an hour chest, shoulder, tricep workout. So I really like going to like, I don't talk to people, never have in the gym. I don't like doing it, but I bounce like my break in between my sets is a drink. And then, well, I eat them like this. What are you talking about? Eat it like a watermelon. Isn't that how you're supposed to eat them? That's how good boys eat them.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, but do you like eat it like? Oh, okay, I see what you're getting at now. You're a dirty sex pervert, Tex. No, I don't like it.
What do you expect? He's from Texas.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
Anyway, let's.
Guy probably masturbates to fucking guns and ammo.
I want to know what he does with the third banana, but not on the show. I'll ask him afterwards.
Well, let's just say this isn't a chair holding me up right now. It's a pretty strong banana. Hey, Quagmire said that's the gift. Remember, he's 60 years old. And they're like, how do you look so good? I was like, bananas. I put them everywhere. Hello, Red. It is so nice to see you.
Hi, Ginger. How are you? Good to see you. It's been a while.
You put bananas in every hole, every orifice. Get it in there. Potassium.
Ginger, that comment that he just made had nothing to do with you. He was describing to us his post-workout meal plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he needs that potassium, bro.
Dirty sex pervert in my bio.
Tex, why don't you use the name Down Syndrome Jabba anymore?
Yeah, I like that one. I really did. So.
That's something you don't see every day. That should be a bumper sticker on your pickup truck.
Yeah.
Speaking of Merca, if we go to today's show and videos. Now, we all know about hot dog eating contests and various food eating contests where you got to gobble down the most amount of food in the least amount of time. Well,
yes,
there were some football fans who had a mayonnaise eating contest.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh. Just chugging. Merca. Look at that. Bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, open your gullet. Oh. What is going on? You're taking this freedom thing a bit too far.
Get that too sweet off your hands right now. This is not too sweet at all. Oh my God.
You want to watch it again?
No. Turn the music off.
We can get away with 2 seconds of Ave Maria. We'll only owe $10. Oh yeah. Look at that. Looking for that money shot. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I wish I could zoom in on that, hey? Oh, slow-mo, bro.
All right. Now, I love to know what the scientific, the science behind competitive eating is outrageous.
He's so proud of himself.
All right, you got me. Go to the Google.
I don't think it's science. I think it has to do more with ego rather than, any biological science.
Behind. Oh, there is actually there is a video and everything. There is a video that shows how this shit works. Oh my God.
And before we go on,
the only thing that would have made it better is if at the end of that bowl would have been fucking white people.
Yep.
I don't want to watch interviews with these gluttonous assholes. I'm enough of a gluttonous asshole myself. Oh,
I think it kind of speaks to the type of person who isn't very physical, isn't very smart, but they like to eat. So they figure, hey, I can enter a contest with this talent that I have. Oh,
I guess.
that was beautiful.
Just an update, the Yankees are winning 4-1. Go Yankees.
That's interesting to stretch out the stomach. You know, I don't know if the stomach is like the bladder, but once you stretch out the bladder, it does not go back to its original size. If the stomach is the same thing, he is screwing himself over.
Hola, mi amigo.
Hola. And it's around here somewhere. Yes, there it is.
Wrong.
I think one day I'm going to combine both of those intros somehow.
All right.
Or you need to be sponsored by Hellman's Mayo.
Yes. See, I like that. Yes. Where is it? Oh, I gotta show Frankie this because he wasn't here. There we go. Hey, Frankie, you weren't here at the beginning of the show. Check it out. I bought a new decanter. It's a Stormtrooper helmet. It's so awesome. It was at a Winners.
I know she's mentioned what Haggis is before. Who the hell is Robbie Burns?
Oh, I'm Robbie. That was a wrestling guy, though.
Okay.
I know she's brought this up before. We've looked him up. Robbie Burns.
$1,000, Frank. It's all yours.
I found it at a Winners. I don't know if you guys have Winners down there.
They're all winners in the land of freedom.
He's widely regarded as a national poet of Scotland and is celebrated worldwide. He is best known for the poets who have written in the Scots language. Although much of his writing is in a light Scot dialect of English, accessible to the audience beyond Scotland, he also wrote in standard English, and in these writings, his political and civil commentary is often at its bluntest. Yeah, you're all a bunch of cunts. Robert Burns. So there. Yeah.
You know who else is a poet?
And didn't know it?
This guy that you sent me.
Not approach me, do not.
Let's go.
Let's go where?
Let's go right now.
Where are we going?
To the ground.
Are you threatening me?
To the ground.
Okay. I'm telling you right now, bud. I'm the wrong dude. Okay?
What the hell is that?
This.
Here's Tex guarding his fishing hole.
Yeah, it's true. We don't see text below about here, so yeah.
That's what it is, bud.
All right.
In before Frank says fake. I agree.
Oh, I
Listen,
do too.
I don't want to hurt
Don't
you.
leave any trash here.
Kumite. Have you ever heard of a Kumite? 1987 Kumite champion right here, bud. I was minding my own business, fishing a body of water.
Is that a bodysuit? Or do people actually grow that way?
I'm
sorry.
I think it's a bodysuit, honestly. Play it, keep going.
Before I do, Cost famous.
In her defense, and I think Red should start using this, she could be speaking in Scots language. We wouldn't know.
Nope.
So, maybe.
I'm not buying that one.
And, you're dealing with an all-American Kumite fighter. And I could have put that on him in a heartbeat. If he were to be coming at me like this, I would have said, hey, man, I don't want no problem. I would turn around with, let's sweep. Like that.
Okay, no, that is
Like
his
that.
belly. That is 100% his body. 100%.
I wish I could play this in slow
Yeah, when he started moving there, 100% that's his body. I can tell by the jiggles. I'm a jiggle expert.
See that jiggle one more time. Oh my God.
Wow.
I know that guy. You should have that guy do your intro. Do some kind of dance or something.
I'm 100% sure you just talked about him doing a Golden Eye review. He's not here to defend himself. There he is. There he is on cue. Oh my God. I can't believe you just showed up, Casey. That couldn't have worked any better.
Twinkies that are chock block full of Hellman's mayo.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh.
Casey, you couldn't have timed that any better, my friend. Are you playing his video?
Where's his intro? I got so many intros here. I can believe it. Okay. So, Frank, if text didn't already give this to you, here it is.
Have you seen my wiener?
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Oh, my.
Okay. And he hasn't done anything with it. I think you send it to him. He chuckles a little bit and he deletes it and moves on with his life. I understand.
Probably.
I need to get it on I think the reason that Nick gets such a laugh out of that one is because this "Have you seen my wiener" is part of our first intro for Casey. So it's a really an in-joke for our channel. But then because I stole the idea for the second from you, it's kind of a blend now. So your audience, in order to really get the joke, would have to watch our stuff as well.
Crossover. Crisscross.
That better be my intro. It is. Yes. Frank's got it. So yes.
That's good shit right there.
And Casey, I shouted out your channel earlier. I watched your entire GoldenEye Not For Sale review, the entire hour and a half, all the way through. No fast forwarding, no looking at my phone. Watch the whole thing. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. And I played the best part, which was at the 30-minute mark where Duke gets on your lap and begs for food.
Yeah, because, you know, you freaking only let him lick peanut butter off your balls. Poor dog needs to eat more than just peanut butter off your balls, Casey. All right.
At the cost of Casey, or at the expense of Casey's future mental health?
A little bit for column A, a little bit for column B. I don't know. Just come together and make column C for Casey. See what I did there? All right.
Column Casey it is.
I'm okay with that.
Oh,
I've seen a couple of these. I wish I would have kept the other pair. I'm sure everybody has seen these. This would be really easy to do. I'd like to do it for like a man room. That is a Jason Voorhees in a desk. But the comment is awesome. This is all fun and games till you walk past one day and it's empty. I'm going to be honest with you, Red. I am not a big fan of the Big Mac anymore. Now, I don't know what you guys have over there, but I definitely am down after a night of drinking and stuff for a couple McDoubles and French fries. You put the French fries on the McDoubles. Oh, that's good stuff right there.
I don't think I've been drunk in 20 years, but thinking about it, I would probably have a McDonald's cheeseburger or two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're so not good for you, and like they just tear my guts up. But God, when you first eat it, it is so good.
Although A&W is pretty great as well.
I'm finding it's getting pretty expensive, you know, for fast food. I mean, you know, when you get a burger and fries and you're going up to the $15, $16 mark for just some fast food stuff, that's getting a little pricey to me.
Now, are we talking an entire meal plan, like a burger, fries, and a shake or a drink?
A drink. Now, but the problem I have with the drinks at A&W is because I love me some diet root beer because diabetes, right? But they only have the one size. There's only one size of drink there. Now, if you go to the place where everybody loves their drink sizes, which is Wendy's, because I think they changed them. Because I remember the first time I ordered Wendy's in a long time, this was a few months ago, I got the drink, and I said, well, I just wanted a medium drink. And she's like, oh, that is a medium. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it was huge. But now, because now that they have diet root beer, whenever we go out if we're just going to grab some garbage for dinner, I go to Wendy's and because I want a Barks. I want a Barks Zero from Wendy's. And like the biggest cup, at least as much as I can.
No. Now, this is an example of an old man trying to be cool and relate to the young kids by, being sarcastic and stuff. At no point in time did we have the good book in our house, unless you count the children's Bible, which I read when I was 19 years old.
Now, honestly, when it comes to stuff doing when a drunken evening, I'm shocked my family has not recorded me yet. I am infamous for coming home. If I make it home, I get set on like some grilled cheese sandwiches at 2:30 in the morning. And I have been known to be in my underwear with headphones on, listening to music, doing the Swedish Chef while making grilled cheese sandwiches. And like the kid has said he's heard me. Kim has said she's heard me. I'm shocked there hasn't been a video, but yeah. See, and that so to put that into context, if we were to go to say Five Guys, that's our quote unquote gourmet burger place, that or Fat Burger. If me and Kim were to go there, you're probably looking at least, it's been a minute, but I bet you're looking at least $45. I that's what I'd say.
Jesus.
Yeah. Talking about Wendy's called. You got me, Casey.
Yeah, look that up and send it to me. I got an idea for you, Casey. What if not only are you doing video game reviews, but you're also doing food reviews? So while you're reviewing the video game, you're eating something from Wendy's or McDonald's or whatever you have there in Oklahoma. Yeah. So you got to save time as you get older.
Oh my God. Okay, Casey, is it the 1989 training music video? Is that what you're telling me to look at here, Casey? Because it's got the awesome, like, horrible music. If that's what it is, I'll send it your way, Alex. But looks promising.
You definitely live different, Tex, because Tex is a godly man who loves boobs, blood, and violence. Not any evangelical American Christian I've ever heard of. But I'm glad I know someone like that.
That's pretty gangster that we actually do know someone like that, to be honest with you. I just listened to the beginning of a case. I didn't keep going. I am going to listen because I'm going to send it to Alex here. Yeah, and I believe it has that, that late 80s, early 90s sound to it.
My name is Tex, and I'm here to say...
Well, yeah, that's basically a screwdriver here, Red. I don't know if that's what you would call it there. Because the brew that we had, I said it tastes like a melted orange slushy here. So, yeah, that's what we had. Like, that's a screwdriver, orange juice and vodka here. I'm not sure what you guys call it over there. We call those screwdrivers here.
Ooh,
and I do love me...
If it's like a Michael Jackson song, most likely it's copyrighted. Even if by some small record company somewhere, maybe a bigger company bought the rights years later. But I'll see if I can't find the song anywhere, then maybe we'll play it on next week's show. Because we're doing pretty good with YouTube right now. We haven't gotten hit with any copyright that we've gotten notices for, and I want to keep it that way. So we got to be on the straight and narrow.
I've been to church. Now it's playing in the background.
Well, maybe if your pastor dressed up like Art the Clown, you would go, hey?
I'm just going to copy. What
It's
the
not.
F?
Okay.
Copy. It's not. Real orange is his screwdriver, not so. No, I understand that, but Ormenange.
Orange.
Ormenange.
That's Gaelic. Yep, that's Gaelic for orange.
Definitely. I do like me. We used to drink back in when we all lived in the house and stuff together. Do you remember gin juice pop? Remember that? We'd have gin and just enough orange juice to turn the color, and then we put in like cream soda or orange pop to finish it off. It was so good. Oh, it was so good. Gin juice pop. Me and Deaton drank it all the time. Explains a lot. All right, I'm gonna here, and then I'm gonna go.
Oh no, you're not going to be a drunken Karen on the flight, are you? No, no, you wouldn't be.
Where's Alex? There, I'll send this to you. Snoop Dogg said we had to like it in the 90s, so. But I was rolling down the street, not smoking endo, but sipping on gin and juice. That was laid back.
Now, this doesn't fit in anywhere, but I'm going to play it here just because I added a sound effect, and most of you will recognize immediately what that is.
Oh, yeah!
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
So that's interesting. Why did you have to give up liquor after your heart attack? I'm interested to know why.
You had a heart attack. Jesus.
I'm interested to know why that is.
I'm interested in the heart attack because he's younger than us.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I imagine flying at that time of year, and especially where you live, Ginger, the weather would be rather unpredictable.
This says the 70s, but I definitely did this in the 80s.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely did that in the 80s.
Yeah, I think I was able to do that once at the place I lived growing up. Yes, there was one time because Dad would always go up on the roof, and had to be mid-December with the big old shovel, push everything off, and that would just build up the snow along the foundation of the house. And I think there was a time or two where it did block the back kitchen window. So
yeah.
One year I was able to climb up and I was able to reach the roof. I think I got on, but I didn't want to break the eaves trough.
Fair enough.
Ooh, the more you know.
Interesting. You figured any alcohol would do that, though, not just liquor. You figured beer would be included in that as well, but
yeah, not just the spirits. That's what jumping off through. Yes, I remember that
all the time. Score update: the Pittsburgh Penguins are raping the Canadiens now, 6-3. There you go, Ryan. There's your hockey update.
Oh. But you guys are on a similar parallel to us. I don't have my map around me, but I'm not sure which is higher north, Mackenzie or Scotland. Maybe they're close to being the same on the parallel. You have to have gotten snow up there, because if we got a whole bunch of snow, I imagine they would at some point.
I don't think so. Hey, Tex, this is funny. This is for the football fans. Isn't that ironic? Because that's not what happened at all, was it? The Detroit Lions raped 2 guys. Just saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes a difference. That's what's going to be on his tombstone. It's going to be him with a beer. He's like, I went down drinking.
That's kind of what I was thinking, that the clue's too close to sea level. It's kind of what I thought, Red. Because I have a friend that I game with in Ireland, and yeah, they don't ever get snow. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
you might as well be drinking water, Tex, really.
That's kids' beer up here. It's not real beer.
Yeah. So I know I told this story, but I won't tell the whole story again. I was in Vegas, ended up sitting at a truck stop for a night, and I met a couple Americans down there, and we went and bought some beer. And I was just pounding the beer back, of course, and they're like, what the fuck? And finally one of the guys goes, he's Canadian, remember? This stuff's like water to him. And it really was. Like, I was just smashing those beers. We were sitting on the step deck and just like, so.
At least it's manageable. That's good. Excellent. So you'll be around for a few years yet. Oh, yes. No. Hogan is hawking that beer. That's right.
I have not. So.
Oh, yes. We forgot. Real America is nestled inside of Texas as opposed to the rest of the country.
That's right. Forgot. My bad, Tim. Of course, Texas is like, yeah, beer's pretty good.
All right. I'm going to announce it now in case people don't like the segment and they got to dip out. Stupid people coming at you. And, okay, this one. Stupid people. Yeah, we didn't cross the border crossed us.
Oh, sure did.
I don't know the alcohol by volume of American versus Canadian beer, so I have no dog in this fight.
Well, because so their beer's like what, 4.2, like the average American beer, whereas up here ours is, I mean, it's been a long time, but like most Canadians, what, 5.1, and then you get into like the 7s and stuff with like Labatt Maxim and stuff like that, like 7% beer, I believe.
Wildcat.
I remember Wildcat.
I don't.
Oh, I do.
Have you ever been driving?
Yes.
And good. And you're stuck in traffic.
A lot.
And you decide to yourself, I'm not going to be waiting for this. There it is. In the case that you missed it.
I hate people so much.
Yes. Yeah. On the shoulder like it's a passing lane. Attaboy.
So, the strongest Molson beer is Molson Canadian 67. A light-tasting lager that packs a strong punch with an impressive 6.7% alcohol by volume. So that's a pretty high percentage of beer. The lager beer, which contains 4 points. Molson Gold is a lager beer that contains 4.7 alcohol, which is the equivalent to about 3.5% alcohol by weight. So, yeah. So Molson Canadian is 4.7. So I was mistaken. So, yeah.
And another reason why you should not pass on the right. Idiot coming up. Pedestrian crosswalk. So we now understand the importance of looking both ways before you cross, because in an instant that can happen.
Oh, that puckered my butthole.
That almost happened to me one morning. Not the crossing the street. If you imagine that I was in the vehicle that was stopped at the crosswalk, and it was on a hill, and some guy from the opposite side of the crosswalk where these people are now, he was crossing with his dog, and they were directly in front of my vehicle, and a vehicle on the right side of me blazes by, just barely misses the dog. Keeps going, doesn't stop, speeds down the hill, disappears. It can all end in an instant.
Yep. Yeah. Of course you were, Tex, you monster.
Yeah, never feel exactly.
Yeah. All right.
There's that old Kermit the Frog meme.
Cue Colin, shoot your stepmom. Now, we've all used ladders. I don't know if you've used this kind of ladder. See here, this is one of those standard ladders. You stand, you open it up, it's going to extend more. See, these little red things here are not part of him. These are the extenders of the ladder. Now, if you're going to extend the ladder, I'm sure it does say on the side of it, please make sure you're not using ladder while moving ladder pieces. This is one of those things why we can't have nice things, and this is why we have stupid warnings on the side of dumb shit for guys like this. I'm going to adjust my ladder now. What could go wrong? Oh, that went wrong. Now, see, right about here, he thinks, hey, that's not test anymore. And the dog's like, oh, Frank, you're going to the ground. And he's like, I believe I can fly. And then Frank's down on the ground. I don't know why I called him Frank. Perhaps he's got a fractured ankle here, because you notice down here in the bottom here, his ankle is kind of getting crushed. Like there, hits. And that might have given him some dental work. We don't know if it hit him in the face or not. But his dog's like, I'll go get help. Go get help, Lassie. Because Frank's down on the ground. But he is all kinds of fucked up. So yeah, so just for future reference there, people. Just so you don't end up like this. Okay? You should probably adjust your ladder while on the ground. Okay? So, well, see, Casey, what happens is a lot of people nowadays have what's called doorbell cams. And this is more than likely a doorbell cam. But obviously not inspected and installed by this guy, because judging by what happens right here, he's not good at installing things. So, you know, yes. Stupidity or ladders? You pick. But yeah, right about there, he's thinking, jump around. And that is your fuck around and find out for today. Brought to you by this guy and Ladder Safety. Yes.
That was great.
And really, at the end of the day, even if Frankie was still here, give me a break. You tell me, you can be like, hey, I need to get the clicks on YouTube, so let me do something really, really stupid. I mean, it's a lot more dumber shit you could do than do that. Just saying.
No, I'm with Casey. It's a gigantic conspiracy to get likes and clicks and ad revenue. Get you paid, son. Speaking of which, back to your regularly scheduled stupid people. We are now going to the gym.
Yes!
This is one you sent me, and I appreciate this young man's willingness to try something new, but that is all that I appreciate. And
where the fuck my blunt? Where the fuck my cut? Where the fuck my wreath?
Oh. Oh.
Rip elbow joints.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, why? Why?
Casey, you wouldn't post your fails on YouTube? Don't you do that every time you record a show?
Oh.
Oh, snap! Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I'm just kidding, Casey. I love you. You know that.
For anyone who is not a regular gym goer, this is not how you do squats.
No.
This is not helping anyone. Sure, he's wearing the bar lower than what I've seen usually on the upper back, but this is dumb. This will put you on Ginger's slab much earlier than you think.
The 10, like, I mean, good Lord, I don't do nothing this. I mean, I used to lift heavier, but like I have tennis elbow just from doing your standard exercises. You know, oh my, like, forgot French. Oh, good Lord. You know what actually I did today in the gym? I haven't done in a long time. I actually did a bench press, proper bench press, not barbell. Like I haven't done bench press in forever. It was kind of nice to get back on the lay down and do it.
Last time I tried something new, I ended up sobbing in the back room. Oh yeah, tell us more. Send us an email.
Video or it didn't happen.
Great detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It was like behind the green door or what?
Ginger does Glasgow. No.
I'd watch.
I'd contribute to the OnlyFans.
Yeah, I definitely would. Definitely would.
All right, so that guy's dumb. But wait, there's more.
Oh, speaking of that, we also watched 13 Ghosts last night. Still holds up.
Nice. My girlfriend loves that movie.
Great movie. I haven't seen that probably since I was in Mackenzie.
Wow.
2001, right? So probably. Yeah. And yeah, I still enjoyed it.
Parts of that, at least parts of that, were filmed here in Vancouver.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole thing, though. I got too many. Okay, here's one. Maybe you'll appreciate what this guy does, but not what else he does. And you'll see what I mean momentarily.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
And replay.
I didn't see the spit the first time.
What the fuck?
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Yeah, he's doing wrestling stuff. Okay, I was trying a new hot pepper chopped up. Washed my hands an hour later. I was oh
yeah.
Oh man, talk about a new definition of red snapper. Oh,
can you send us a video reenactment, please?
Good Lord.
I'm having trouble visualizing the whole thing.
The whole thing. Wow. Did I tell you the story that I heard about that Undertaker told about like him and Godfather are best friends? Did I tell you the gym story that he tells? They told together about the big bench press.
Doesn't sound familiar.
They go into a gym. This happened like a few months ago, and so he calls him Bear. That's what he calls Godfather. So they go in, and there's these two guys at the bench press, and they're doing like the woo! They're like pumping each other up, and like so the guy gets on there. It was a heavy weight. It was heavy, but I'm not gonna say the weight. I can't. But the guy does it once, pull, and he gets up, and then it was like yeah. They're doing the typical gym bro shit.
Yep.
Here comes Godfather. He pushes them, just walks over, pushes them out of the way, lays down, does 12 cold, 12, and he bracks it. He gets up, looks at him, and says, "Shut the fuck up," and he walks away. 12 cold. Like, yeah, and Godfather is a big dude. If you don't know, Papa Shango, Kamali is a big man in professional, big human being. But yeah, 12 cold. It was a huge weight, and then tells him to shut the fuck up as he walks away. So,
one more from the gym. Tales from the gym. This is when you overestimate your strength on the shoulder press.
Oh, yeah.
See, I would have adjusted the seat.
Back further.
To anchor you. Yeah. And it's...
Awesome.
See, people can overestimate their strength all day on the leg press, but when it comes to the bench press, the shoulder press, when you are directly against gravity in that kind of way where you're exposed, no, it's not happening.
Yeah. No. And the leg press is always just scare me too, because I'm always scared like when you see people do stuff like that and it's just gonna crush them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Tales from the gym.
Yeah, I can't laugh like that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like, okay, I'll think about it.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
Next, flash forward to next year. Hey guys, guess what I finally did?
Yeah. Now I'm interested to see what Red says about this, because I'm like, it's right, because we're just barbarians over here. Yeah, because no one's gonna go, oh look, a restored Tesla, right? Meanwhile, we're going, look at the Charger.
Yes.
Oh God, what a vehicle! Oh. It's a sexy vehicle when a man goes, like just that vehicle is that sexy. You're just like, Lord have mercy.
And here is something that is not sexy to finish off the gym. Annoying people at the gym starter pack. Bicep curls in the squat rack, absolutely. Ego lifters, which we've played many times. Not putting back weights, that's a personal pet peeve of mine. Grunting loudly, I can have an issue with being on this list, because there are some times where you are lifting heavy weight and you are not in Planet Fitness, where you need to exert yourself in that way and not to be annoying. It sometimes just happens.
Yeah.
Taking selfies. Yeah, I've never done that in the gym, ever. Not even once.
I have.
And I don't plan on it.
Yeah, because you're ripped and shit. You always have been. I've lost a lot of weight, so I kind of like to take a selfie every once in a while, just so I can look back and compare, what I looked like. So,
see, that's the exception that I'm willing to get behind. Giggity.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a Tesla would survive in a derby.
Yeah, no. So the one that is missing on there that drives me back crap crazy. Wipe down the machine when you're done.
And in my case, I would add wipe it down before as well as after, because there are lots of people out there who don't do either.
Yep. Oh, I wanted to get your opinion on this, not to go down a huge gym tangent, but what do you think about the weights themselves? Like the handles. Do you wipe them down?
Yes.
Me too. Okay. I was just curious because some people don't, and they just wipe down the machine, which I'm actually not too concerned about because my hand is touching the cloth after, so I know my hands are at least getting clean, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, when I go to grab a bench and you can still see the sweat mark from the guy's head on it, it's like, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Plus, where people's hands have been and you're not paying attention to what they're doing, and you shouldn't have to. Ew.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
They're picking their noses. They're picking their balls. They're picking at the sores on their feet. They're picking at other people's sores on their feet and their balls and their noses. Yeah, I prefer they wipe down their stuff.
Oh,
you wipe down your stripper. I don't allow other customers anywhere near my stripper. No, this is I paid the deposit. The stripper is mine. And I will wipe her down when I please. What do you say, Mr. Garbage Man?
I'm a happily married spud. I'm a happily married spud. I'm a happily married spud.
Liar!
No, I'm happily married, but I was trying to think to say something that involves stripper, my wife, where she wouldn't slit my throat and fucking wear my hat as a head, or my head as a hat. So yeah, the dyslexia kicked in there. So yeah,
we've got CGI in this day and age. We could do wear my hat as a head somehow.
Yeah,
we'll put it in Texas debut horror movie.
There you go.
Yeah. At least the girl. Picton will live on. No. I take that back. That's a terrible thing to say. Danger Cats got theirs for their little stunt.
And they got hammered for that.
Yep. And rightfully so.
Yep. I mean, I like Hack, but I think that was a little far, and they're kind of fell off, didn't they?
No, they're still around. They're still doing shows. They're still doing dates, but they have been around the Vancouver area, meaning Vancouver Island, but they have not been back here.
And I'm just saying, like, I know they're still posting stuff and whatnot, but not like they used to. So I don't know if they got shadow banned or something like that because of what happened, but like he's still doing his podcast and whatnot. But it used to pop up on my feed all the time, but I just don't see it anymore.
Maybe, and I've heard Ben on the Drunken Peasant say this, that's for whatever reason, sometimes you will get unsubscribed from something. Maybe it's a ghost in the machine. Maybe YouTube does it automatically, but check to see if you're still subscribed.
I still am. I'm actually looking right now. I follow them on Facebook. Liked, I'm still there.
To low ticket? Ooh. In some areas, yeah, I could see. Yeah. Yeah, and Sam Walker doubled down on that shirt. And
he did.
I haven't seen or heard hide or hair from him, but he's still part of the group, so they're still doing stuff.
Yeah, so
yes, and I have to make it clear that was in bad taste, so I will try not to say anything like that again. Just as with episode 175, where we lost 3 subscribers. I'm pretty sure that was because of something I said, and I apologize. I'll have to go back and listen. But I say stupid things because I'm dumb.
Yeah, but everybody,
we can't go down this. We can't go down this road of, we're human, we make mistakes. There's
some things you shouldn't be making a mistake about.
Yeah, when you're over 40, you got to know what you're saying, which is why Dad has said it before, and he's going to keep saying it. It's probably going to be on his tombstone. Think before you say something.
And you have to. Yeah. Trying to get that through my son's head right now.
You're telling him that?
What's that?
Are you telling your son, think before you say something, think before you do something?
I'm going to tell you right now. There are times on here you're probably thinking, oh, Nick, you shouldn't have said, but it's gotten a lot better than I was. Much better. And I mean in everyday, like, this is the thing. Here's how I see this platform. We don't have a lot of viewers, but, and I've said this before, if anybody ever wanted to argue a point with us, this is where I'll do it. Because if, like, it gives you time to think about something, especially if you're like, you see something, you want to have a snap judgment on the internet, like on Facebook or what, like, you're right. I can articulate myself on here to the point I want to make if it's that important to be brought up here. Instead of getting in a fight with someone on the internet who might not even believe what they're actually saying, and they're just doing it because they're just, you know, that's their entertainment, right? So my filter has actually gone up a bit. It's not like it used to be. It used to be pretty bad with lack of filtering.
And yes, Ryan, you've got a great point. And because it's a real thing that happened, there should be no joking about it. So I apologize for that. And I will not be treading down that path again, hopefully. Yeah.
What is MM? What am I missing?
Missing and murdered Indigenous women.
Yes. And really, that should be anybody that is murdered, and anybody, right? Like, anytime you make jokes about stuff like that, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Again, good point. Yes, absolutely.
And that's why, like, you know, people have screwed up and they've said some dumb stuff in their life, right? And then you get these self-righteous people who, you know, oh, I can't believe they said that. And it's like, you've never once in your life, ever, never once said something that if public heard it, you'd be like, oh, I'm screwed. I would really like to call bullshit on, I won't say 100% of the people, but it's a high percentage of people who have said something stupid in private that if other people heard what you had said, that you would be raked over the coals, sorry, for your saying that. That was a Freudian slip. But these people the self-righteous people, oh, I can't believe you said that. Well, you're going to tell me you never have? Especially when you get these people who are being recorded secretly. You know? Like, that always gets me. Oh, you said that in private. Well, you're going to tell me in private you didn't say some dumb shit?
Like, we were talking about Hulk Hogan earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said something dumb in private.
Yep. Yeah. He also did something dumb in private that he thought was in private and got released.
Yes. But
I always go ahead.
At least Gawker is gone now.
Yeah, but the weirdest thing about that is, so that happened at his quote-unquote best friend's house. Who records their bedroom unless you're purposely doing it for that purpose?
Yeah. Right?
Like, you tell me why you would ever have a video in your bedroom. Like, hey, before I forget, Ryan, can you send me a message and tell me who shot the power boxes out of Kennedy siding? I remember hearing all about it. I can't remember the name. And I just remembered that. So.
Yes, we know, Tex. We know. We've been down that path. We're not going down there again. We know. Okay. You've made it clear.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't go too much into that, Ryan, because not a lot of people are going to know who Bubba and Brent were. But yes, they were into that swinging shit. So, all right, we have some videos to finish up. Let's finish these videos and do our shit and get the hell out of here.
And Karen.
That's right, Ryan. I remember now. As soon as I saw that, okay, I remember the name. Yeah.
And finally, after all this time, Karen meets the manager.
It takes days. I want to talk to the manager. Okay, 1 second.
What the
Bravo.
fuck is your problem? I just see my problem. It was just you. You came in here acting like you own the place. I want to rent a yacht. Does it look like you have yachts? I see them all around there. We don't have any yachts for rent. I see them. Whose yachts are they? They're personal yachts. I guess you don't want to make no money here at this restaurant. I guess we don't. Well, what the hell are you doing? You cannot record me. That is against my...
Run!
Yeah. Ah! Run, bitch! Run!
So the issue apparently was, I see yachts out there. I want to rent one. We don't rent yachts. Well, screw you. That's basically the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, we don't rent that, so yeah, wow.
But this is where Frank would say fake, and
it doesn't work like that. It takes days. I want to talk to the manager. Okay, 1 second.
Do 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 do.
Hi, how can I help you?
I don't think this entire interaction is staged. I don't.
I don't think so either. Yeah, fly.
Unless you get off to that kind of thing, Tex.
Yeah.
Which maybe some of us do. Anyway.
Hey, you know, it's nice to see people giving stuff away for free these days. You know, it's really nice. You know, maybe if there's more of this, you know, people be more happier in the world. Help yourself. Take two.
I want the flying V, bro. Be like Megadeth.
Yeah, see, I want a nice Fender Strat worn out with the wear on it, like a road worn Fender bass. Yeah. At me local pub, a tourist from the U.S. tried pulling that shit. Yeah, I wish there was more of that. I wish there was. You're being a twat. Yeah, throw something at, like, yeah. Here's your drink. Yeah, the house will eat that one. Leave.
Here's your sign in the form of a drink. And here's one from Kennard.
You just fell off. You're going to get ambulance.
You just assaulted me. Is my eye bleeding?
No, your eye's not bleeding.
She just smashed me with the windshield wipers in the face.
Yeah, so I just want to hit her with the windshield.
Good for you. So, the claim is she got smashed in the windshield wipers in the face with the windshield.
Yeah.
Now, when we go back to the beginning,
do that again. Oh, man,
I don't know. Maybe she had her face really close to the windshield, and the driver turned on the windshield wipers. The wipers go up, hit her, and she's down on the ground, and it's at this point the video starts. What the fuck? Bro.
You just assaulted me. Is my eye bleeding?
No, your eye's not bleeding.
She just smashed me with the windshield wipers in the face.
Yeah, so I just want to hit her with the windshield.
Good for you, fucking cunt. Go away. Go away, fucking cunt.
What's your name? Fuck you. Get out of the way.
Stupid cunt. Go away.
How old are you? Guys, I can't let you off. It's a lie.
Yeah, I know. Stupid cunt.
I'm bleeding in the eye. What is your name and your
And
badge
die.
number? I'd like to make a report. I'm bleeding in the eye. This bus driver just attacked me.
You need to die, fucking cunt. Go away. Piece of shit. Fucking zero.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Fucking zero. Man, I haven't heard that in a while.
No doubt, right?
Yes. Yeah. Come up with a new insult. Take 2 words or 3 words and put them together and blast it out there like it's a YouTube name or something. I have no idea where in Canada that was. That could have been on Vancouver.
I thought I heard Vancouver.
It could be Toronto. I have no idea. I'm not saying all of Canada looks the same. I'm just saying. You bastard guy.
You bastard guy.
Fuck you, you. You do not tell me fuck you.
You don't ever tell me to fuck.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think we're going to go out on that high note.
All right. So, for Nick's bipolar update, the Yankees win 5-2 game 1. Thank you. All right. For Nick's bipolar song list, I had it. There it is. Okay. Song number 1. I'm going to go back to a great song with a dwarf dancing in it. The Safety Dance by Men in Hats. You can dance if you want to. We're going to leave your friends behind. Then, the next one. If this song had came out when we were drinking all the time, this would have been one of our jams. By Shabuzi, a bar song. Tipsy. Dude, it is, yeah, it makes me want to go party. It's like, this would be something we would have partied at, like at the Monk or something like that. So it's a good old-fashioned drinking song. I love it. So, Tipsy, or a bar song, Tipsy, and the Safety Dance. Yeah, they're going to be down in Lethbridge, too, with Honeymoon Suite and A Flock of Seagulls and whoever. Movie recommendations.
Figured you would be a Blue Jay. Ooh.
So I am not a Blue Jays fan. I'll explain quickly why. I was a Montreal Expos fan. Montreal left in 2004. I became a Blue Jays fan because the Montreal Expos left. But that was the time when like the Yankees and the Red Sox and the teams were spending a ton of money on players. So Toronto, they had building blocks and they would never get guys to help out. They had the Doc, Roy Halladay. They had Vernon Wells. They had Sean Green. They had these great players that they just wouldn't get people to play. Like they just wouldn't get the parts to want to win. And I finally said, fuck it. I'm going to the Yankees. And I literally went to the Yankees because I like the hat. That's why I was like, you know what? That's where I'm going. And they're winning. That's where I'm going. So.
And movies. Soft for Digging from 2001. I think it was shot in 1998. This is low budget independent. A man wanders into the woods in search of his cat and witnesses a murder.
Oh, geez.
The reason I bring this up, not only is it only an hour 14, but the lead actor, Edmund Mercier, the face, his face, it's so perfect for, say, a cartoon. He's got one of those really interesting looking old man faces. I think this is his only screen credit as well, as with most of these actors. The ending is the best part. I'm not going to spoil anything. If you can find this, I would say give it a watch. You can rent or buy it on Amazon. I was intrigued, and I love low-budget independent, and this only reinforces why. So, Soft for Digging from 2001. Written and directed by J.T. Petty.
Good night, Ginger. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Out to the munch on some chips for us. Thank you so much. So this one has been on the screen for a minute or so. The Interview from 1998, starring the great Hugo Weaving. A duel between a suspected murderer and a detective pressed by people who want results, but whose skin is really wanted. This is great. Hugo Weaving, hour 44. You can't go wrong with this one. A lot of questions you'll ask yourself if you're paying attention, and you should pay attention. There's a lot of great cinematography in this film. I highly recommend it. So anyone who is a fan of Hugo Weaving, you've already seen this. Those who are fans and have not, please do. straight out of Australia. Crazy motherfucking name Hugo. Anyway.
I like that.
That is our show.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all so much for being here, including Dad, Alma, and by extension, Bolo, Ginger, Sean, Hanama, Jason, Frank, Kelly, Tex, and Ryan the Redneck. People who we haven't seen in a while and we hope are doing well. Overseer, Shlomo, really, we haven't seen in a really long time. Cue the rim shot. Lady Cora, hope she's doing well. She's never here when it's horror season, I understand. Junior, Van, coups to him. Wild Bill, Gordon, Penny, Jen, Tamara, Amanda, my friends Sarah and Teresa, our friends Matt and James, both Trevors, both Cindys, all three Jolenes, Nathan, Nick's mom, my Auntie Kathy, and shout-outs to Gareth, Susan, Ravi, and Ashley. The best band name not yet used. Gloria Pouchfontaise, Quiche Smelling Uterus. I'm sure if Nick has a side band, a country band, that's going to be the name.
There we go.
Yes. And that one deserves a very late rim shot. We shall return next Monday, October 21st, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Berta time. Be here or show up later.
Just, you know, whatevs.
Or show up for the replay. We could use the views. Not
Most
that that's
definitely.
the most important thing in our lives, but yeah, why not? Anyway, thank you all. We'll see you later. Happy Turkey Day to all in the Canada, and Columbus Day to people in the U.S., and the Be Bald and Be Free Day, if you read the description, and we shall return. Thank you all very much.
Bye! Love you!
Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Again. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe.
Are you fucking serious, cunt?
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.